Hello, Andrew. My name is Sean Everett, and I am the website analysis expert over at Zucore Marketing. Thank you for talking to Shanique. She sent your website over to me for analysis. So the first thing I'm going to tell you is you have a beautiful site. Truly. You spent some money on it. That is clear. And these look like photos of places that you actually worked on as opposed to stock photos. There's a lot of interactivity. It's very, very beautiful. And the reason that you want a beautiful site is so that when people get here, they will feel compelled to start clicking and looking at what it is that they want. Now, what I can tell you is that getting them here is the challenge. And what is already in your website will either determine whether people come here or not. And that sounds like an odd claim, but I can tell you this much more also. Your site is underperforming. You spent money on this with the hopes that this was going to bring you customers and money, and it should. And I'm going to show you how that can happen. Now, the first thing I do when I analyze a site is I go and I use this paid tool of mine called Ahrefs, and it gives me a bunch of the metrics of your site and how it's been performing over the last month. Now, the next thing I do is a regular old Google search. As you can see in this case for a Green Bay, Wisconsin roofer. And I'm going to have to explain a little bit about the Google algorithm, which is a terrible way to start any sentence, I know. But in order for you to understand where I'm going with this, I need to explain how Google works, because it might not be how you think. Now, the Google algorithm was developed by Google to give what it calls its customers the most relevant results. You'll see that word all around Google when you're sorting through different results. Now, relevant for them means that the website that the person has conforms to three different criteria of the Google algorithm. And those three criteria are not expertise, work ethic, and materials. No, they have to do with the person's website. So that's what we're dealing with here, and that's how you need to get up higher in the Google search results. Now, you might say, oh, why do I need that? Because there is a monetary value, and because Google doesn't work the way you think it does. So let me scroll down and show you the next part. After the sponsored ones, which are the paid ones, we have what we call the map pack. Now, the map pack is folks who have done something that the folks down here have not done, and that is fill out a Google business profile. Now, a Google business profile is like your Facebook profile, except you're going to ask you what year you started your business, the website, your actual physical address, what your actual daily hours are, and then there's some tick boxes for other stuff. Then they're going to ask you to prove that you have ownership of the website that you're reporting. So that's pretty much that. Now, underneath that is what we call the organic search results. Now, that was the first thing that the Google algorithm requires. Now we're going to get in the other two. The first one is, well, it has to do with content. Green Bay Roofing is the very first roofer that I find underneath the map pack. So I'm going to refer to them as your Google competitor, because they're essentially the top of the heap. They have more of what's going on than anyone else, and I'm going to show you all those numbers. The first thing that I have to tell you is that Google likes content, and there's a reason for that. I'm going to go back to your site, and I'm going to select all, copy, and paste this into a word counter so I can show you what I'm talking about. Now, the reason that Google likes content, I mean, content sounds like something that, some kid who has a TikTok site has. But what it really means is that Google wants their customers to arrive on a site and to have a lot of information about that subject to which they are trying to Google. And Google wants each site to have 1,500 words. Now, you have in your site 285, and Green Bay has 431. So from just a numerical standpoint, because the algorithm is a mathematical construct, just from that perspective, unfortunately, Green Bay wins, because It's more. More is better for an algorithm. Now, I would tell you that 432 would be enough to beat them, but as I just said, Google wants 1500. That may sound like a lot to have to come up, but it's really not, because all words are not the same, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Here's that paid tool again. Here's what I'm talking about, keywords. Now, keywords are words that exist in your industry, they exist in your community, and they exist in the searches that people actually do looking for your business. Google keeps track of all of those things, sort of counts them all, and then it comes up with a list of things that are called keywords. The one that appears the most is keyword number 1, and second most number 2, and so on. Now, keywords are not just words. Generally, they are little tiny phrases or what you might type into a Google search. Now, I'm going to show you what they have. You have 9 keywords, and they have 31. So they have 3 times the number that you do, which is not to your advantage. I'm going to show you what their keywords are. Green Bay contractors, roofing contractors, roofing companies, contractors again, contractor. And this is a point to tell you that the algorithm does not know our language. It just knows what it's looking for. Contractors and contractor are 2 different words according to it. It needs both of them on your website. Now, there's going to be other things in here probably about, metal roofs or shake or tile or siding is another one because they do that. Bay roof, that's one. You can see what people are Googling about. These are actual Google searches that this company provides and ranks them. Now, I'm going to do something just to show you what I'm talking about in terms of what keywords could be. Now, I'm going to go back to your site, and I'm going to do find best. And I'm going to see if, nope, it's not found. So what that means is you don't have on your homepage that you are the best roofer or the best remodeler or the best window installer in Green Bay, Wisconsin. And that's a problem because Google is a search that looks for words that you type in on other sites. In other words, if somebody types in, I'm looking for the best roofer in Green Bay, your site won't come up because you don't have that on your site. And the Google algorithm does not fact check. You don't have to do anything to prove that. Just have it on your site. I'm going to assume that you think that you are the best already, so there's no reason not to have it on your site. There's no reason not to, and don't look upon this as bragging. It's just advertising. And that's what Google is. Google is an advertiser. Most people come to your site through Google or the few lines in the bottom of your business card. But most people come to your site through Google when they are looking for a roofer. That's how people find things now. Think about your own Google habits. What do you Google for? Now, the next thing I'm going to tell you about are backlinks. A backlink is where you are listed on a different site and there's a link back to you. For instance, Yelp. If you have gone and claimed your Yelp profile and put your website on there, that means that you would have a backlink on Yelp. Now, you have 35. Green Bay has 8. So you win this particular foot race, as it were. But of course, because words are so much more important in a Google search than the backlinks, the algorithm has given them the top spot. Just again, showing you that they are the #1 spot here on the Google search. Now, here are the backlinks that they have. Home Advisor, Expertise.com, Yellow Pages, Yahoo. I don't know what these 2 are, and they're really low rated, so that doesn't really matter. You want anything that is rated 70 or above. Those are going to be the most desirable domains to get a backlink from. Now, backlinks are important, and I'm going to tell you why, because Google thinks that the more people that are talking about you, that must mean the more important you are. Sort of like people saying, oh, a bunch of people are talking about you, you must be famous. That's Google's impression of the world. So backlinks are important because they want to give their customers pertinent sites, relevant sites, sites that a lot of other people want to go to also. So those are the 3 things: your Google business profile, your or organic keywords and your backlinks. And this is what the difference is. Last month, you had 28 clicks as a result of a Google search. That is not good. But here's what they had. They had 119. So what is that? That's a little over 4 times the amount of clicks that you had, which means that there are 4 times the amount, the opportunity to get an estimate request, to get a potential customer, and to put money in your pocket. That's the bottom line. And obviously all of these are not going to turn into a customer. Some of them are not even going to turn into a request for any information at all. But the percentage is there in your favor if you are higher up in the site. Now, obviously that just means more money in your pocket, the more customers you get. So you need to kick them out of this spot is what you need to do by doing those 3 things that I just mentioned to you. But I'm going to assume that you would rather spend more time roofing and installing new baths and showers than digging around in the belly of your website for stuff like this. And that being the case, it's probably an opportunity for you to be able to call Shanique. She would be happy to guide you through the next steps, because if you do them on your own, it is laborious, it is dull, and it is lengthy. So spend your time at what you do best and let Shanique handle the other. Thank you so much for watching, and you have a great rest of your day.